his needs supersede the daughter. And my wife was saying that before she knew me, she used to think that that's just part of the price of being famous, that people like you, that's just part of the price of being famous. And now when it interrupts her life and, it interrupts the children and it interrupts friends and, she's like, this is annoying. Like, this is not healthy. This is not a smart way to interact with people. And that people have this weird challenge, this weird thing that if you become famous, there's this weird challenge where people just want to come to you, especially today, because if they can get a photo of you, then that boosts their social media profile. Like, hey, I'm sitting here with Naval. Look at that smile. Hey, man.
Anonymity is a privilege. On the other hand, it's self-inflicted. I mean, we brought it on ourselves.
Yeah, I don't think we knew what it was, though.
We did, but we carry on. So it tells us we are getting something out of it. So, there are times when someone will approach me in public and I'm a little resentful. And there are other times when I'm just like, actually, I'm really grateful that, I worked for this. I got this.
Right.
This is the payoff. Just embrace it, smile, grin and bear it, meet
But
someone
you have
new.
a different sort of celebrity too, right? You're a hero amongst investors and you've just been
a hero among young male geeks.
Those are some of my favorite people.
Right, but that's not the kind of celebrity I think most people set out to get, especially most guys, right? You want the cute females.
Yeah, you want chicks.
Yeah. I look at my brief little YouTube clips. I have a tiny little podcast going now, and it's like 95% male.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, this is very highly
18 to 35. Right?
Yeah, what is the numbers? It's in the 90s.
Yeah.
You do that one very small podcast where you just have small, like 3 or 4 minute clips.
Yeah, so what it was, I did a tweet storm called How to Get Rich Without Getting Lucky, and it got pretty popular on Twitter. And it's really about wealth creation. I just used a clickbaity title. And it's trying to basically lay out timeless principles of wealth creation that if you absorb them, you become the kind of person who can create wealth, create business, make money. And my theory behind that is like there are 3 things everybody wants. There's actually more than 3, but let's just start with 3. The 3 basics. Everybody wants to be wealthy. Everybody wants to be happy, and everybody wants to be fit. And I know there's a lot of virtue signaling that goes on, like we don't want money and, I don't care about being happy and happiness is for stupid people. Mm-hmm. But let's face it, like you want to be rich and happy and healthy. Yeah. Like that's the trifecta. Now, of course, you also want an internally calm state of mind. You want a loving household. So there are other things that come into it. But those 3, I think they can actually be taught. Right? And a fitness, I'm not going to teach. There are a lot of people who you've had on here, including yourself, who know a heck of a lot more about fitness and health than I do. But I was born poor and miserable, and I'm now pretty well off, and I'm very happy. And I worked at those, and so I've learned a few things. There are some principles, and so I try to lay them out, but in a timeless manner where you can kind of figure it out yourself. Because at the end of the day, I can't really teach anything. I can only inspire you and maybe give you a few hooks so you can remember things when they happen, or put a name to them. So this podcast actually ended up explaining this tweet storm. So there's a tweet storm with like 36, 38 tweets, got very famous, got translated into dozens of languages. And these were principles that I came up with for myself when I was really young, around 13, 14. And I've been carrying them in my head for 30 years. And I've been sort of living them. And over time, I just realized, like, sadly or fortunately, the thing that I got really good at was looking at businesses and figuring out the point of maximum leverage to actually create wealth and capture some of that. And do it in a very long-term kind of way, not